Welcome to Conspiracy Theories Revealed. You Be the Judge, a channel solely dedicated to revealing conspiracy theories of all types, from way back when to now, and from all over the world. At Conspiracy Theories Revealed, we also let you be the judge by encouraging you to share your comments and thoughts in the comment section of the video. Conspiracy theories have been around for as long as mankind, and whilst the truth is sometimes stranger than fiction, today we are pleased to reveal 10 of the top conspiracy theories that ended up being true. So here we go. From a faked moon landing to wild ideas about JFK's assassination, conspiracy theories and believers abound. Number 10. The 9/11 Conspiracies. The evidence is overwhelming that the terrorist attacks of September 11, 2001 were indeed the result of a conspiracy. A conspiracy of Osama bin Laden and a crew of mostly Saudi hijackers. This is too simple for some, though. Conspiracy theorists have a variety of much more complex explanations for what happened at the World Trade Center and Pentagon that day, often involving insider knowledge by President George Bush, Vice President Dick Cheney, and top Bush advisors. Some famous conspiracy theories rely on anti-Semitic tropes, such as the attacks being orchestrated by Israel. Many claim that because jet fuel can't melt steel beams, the Twin Towers must have been brought down by controlled demolition from bombs planted before the planes hit. A 2006 Nova documentary debunked these claims. It is, in fact, quite possible for the columns holding up skyscrapers to fail catastrophically when exposed to fires burning on multiple floors. Other claims are refuted by simple logic. If a hijacked airplane did not crash into the Pentagon, as is often claimed, then where is Flight 77 and its passengers? Number 9. Princess Diana's murder. Within hours of Princess Diana's death on August 31, 1997, in a Paris highway tunnel, conspiracy theories swirled. As was the case with the death of John F. Kennedy, the idea that such a beloved and high-profile figure could be killed so suddenly was a shock. This was especially true of Princess Diana. Royalty die of old age, political intrigue, or eating too much rich food. They don't get killed by a common drunk driver. Unlike many conspiracy theories, though, this one had a billionaire promoting it. Mohammed Al-Fayed, the father of Dodi Al-Fayed, who was killed along with Diana. Al-Fayed claims that the accident was in fact an assassination by British intelligence agencies at the request of the royal family. The conspiracy theory was also believed by Prince Harry, who said in January 2023 that he believed she could still be alive for many years after the crash. He told Anderson Cooper on 60 Minutes that he thought she may have faked her own death and they would be reunited at some point. Number 8. Moon landing hoax. NASA landed astronauts on the moon in 1969. By the 1970s, a bizarre conspiracy emerged that the moon landing never happened. The conspiracy was described in a 1976 self-published book, We Never Went to the Moon, America's $30 billion swindle, and a 1978 movie, Capricorn 1. Even as late as 2001, there was a Fox documentary, Conspiracy Theory, Did We Land on the Moon?, that gave airtime to the claims that the whole Apollo moon landing program was faked. There are plenty of debunkings of the various moon hoax claims. And then there's the issue of the hundreds of pounds of moon rocks that have been studied around the world and verified as being of extraterrestrial origin. How did NASA get the rocks if not during a moon landing? Why would scientists from around the globe willingly participate in the American Space Agency's hoax? Number 7. Paul McCartney's death. Paul McCartney is not dead. As of mid-2022, he was still touring, in fact, and he probably still would be if the coronavirus pandemic hadn't canceled his gigs. He gives interviews. He has a website. He occasionally appears in the tabloids. Pretty good for a guy that some conspiracy theorists think died in 1966. The Paul is dead conspiracy goes something like this. On November 9, 1966, Paul McCartney got into an argument with the other Beatles, stormed out of the studio, and was promptly decapitated in a car accident. To cover the whole thing up, the band hired a look-alike and sound-alike. Number 6. Roswell Crash and Cover-Up. There is one fact that almost all skeptics and believers agree on. Something crashed on a remote ranch outside of Roswell, New Mexico in 1947. The government had first claimed it was some sort of saucer, then retracted the statement and claimed it was really a weather balloon. Yet the best evidence suggests that it was neither a flying saucer nor a weather balloon, but instead a high-altitude, top-secret military balloon dubbed Project Mogul. As it turns out, descriptions of the wreckage first reported by the original eyewitnesses very closely match photos of the Project Mogul balloons, down to the silvery finish and strange symbols on its side. Number 5. The Satanic Panic. For years during the 1980s and 1990s, America became convinced that an underground network of Satanists was working together to kidnap, torture, and abuse children.
Allegations of physical and sexual abuse of children at a babysitting service, a dark world of ritualistic child abuse.
None of it was real, but the conspiracy theories destroyed lives and livelihoods. The pinnacle was Geraldo Rivera's infamous NBC special Devil Worship, Exposing Satan's Underground, which aired on Oct. 28, 1988. Rivera relied on self-proclaimed Satanism experts, misleading and inaccurate statistics, crimes with only tenuous links to Satanism, and sensationalized media reports. It was the most viewed documentary in television history. There are over 1 million Satanists in this country, Rivera said, adding that, "The odds are, they are in your town." The panic grew out of the idea that memories of abuse were often repressed and could be recovered with the help of hypnosis and a therapist. This idea was popularized in the 1980 book Michelle Remembers, co-written by a Canadian psychiatrist and the patient he eventually married, Ethics Red Flag, in which the eponymous Michelle recovers memories of supposed ritual satanic abuse conducted by her mother. Number 4. Chemtrails. As airplanes travel, they leave behind them long water condensation trails called contrails. These cloud-like tracks dissipate quickly. But to some conspiracy theorists, these condensation trails are much more nefarious. The chemtrails conspiracy theory holds that condensation trails are full of other chemicals that scientists and governments are seeding into the atmosphere. Why? Pick your reason. It might be biological warfare or population control or geoengineering or an attempt to manipulate the weather. Number 3. Barack Obama birtherism. Barack Obama, the 44th President of the United States, was born in 1961 in Honolulu, Hawaii. But as soon as Obama began his campaign for president in 2008, birthers began to circulate the conspiracy theory that Obama had actually been born in Kenya, the country of his father. They argued that this meant Obama was not a natural-born citizen of the U.S., even though his mother was an American citizen, and thus he could not be president. Never mind that there were announcements of Obama's birth in the Honolulu newspaper, or that friends of Obama's mother remembered the day she went into labor. To combat the conspiracies, Obama not only had to release a copy of his birth certificate in 2008, he had to follow up with a release of the original long-form document in 2011. Contrary to the hospital's usual policy of issuing computer copies of birth certificates as acceptable identification. Number 2. COVID and 5G. Probably no event since 9/11 has spawned more conspiratorial thinking than the COVID-19 pandemic. There are conspiracies about the origin of the virus as well as basically every government's reactions. Many people even believe doctors are lying about COVID-related deaths, blaming the virus for deaths with other causes. A distrust of Big Pharma, fomented for years by alternative medicine advocates like Kevin Trudeau, best-selling author of Natural Cures They Don't Want You to Know About, a textbook conspiratorial title if there ever was one. have also fed into conspiracies about medical treatment and vaccination. One of the odder conspiracies mixes long-standing fears of 5G wireless technology with fears about the virus. According to the COVID 5G conspiracy, electromagnetic frequencies from cell phone towers undermine the immune system, making people sick with COVID, researchers reported in 2020 in the journal Media International Australia. Another conspiracy theory claims that the COVID-19 vaccines contain tracking chips that connect to 5G networks, so that the government, or possibly billionaire and vaccine philanthropist Bill Gates, can surveil everyone's movements. Number 1. Abuse in Hollywood. There have been rumors and accusations of sexual abuse in Hollywood for decades. Often they involved powerful men with the power to break or make careers. While some, such as Roman Polanski, were exposed, the misconduct of others basically remained an open secret. In the 2010s, dozens of victims came forward with accusations against several prominent public figures, in particular Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein. The accusations against Weinstein launched the #MeToo movement, which revealed horrible abuses inside Hollywood and beyond. It confirmed the worst suspicions that many people had about how the entertainment industry often functioned. That's all from Conspiracy Theories Revealed. If you enjoy the video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notification for more such videos. Thanks for watching.